All weekend on The Faction, it is a heavy music radio takeover. What's that mean? I'm not entirely sure, but here's what I do know. Because you can't go to Unify this year, we are bringing it to you in conjunction with the team at UNFD and the amazing people that make Unify happen. All weekend, we'll play the bands that have performed at Unify, plus some live sets, and along the way, some of those bands that played will be joining us to reminisce. This man's band played at more than one Unify. His name's Jake, singer from In Heart's Wake. Thank you for speaking to The Faction, Jake.
Hey, man. My pleasure. How you doing?
I'm doing well, and I can't wait to reminisce some of these Unify memories because your band is quite synonymous with Unify because you played at the first Unify right in the middle of the Earthwalker and Skydancer albums, I think. Do you remember much about this time?
Yeah, those were the best. They're the ones you can never really beat because they were just totally fresh, nothing to compare it to, and it was a coming together of all of the bands that were a part of UNFD at the time, and also neighbouring labels all coming together to have a first heavy music festival. It was really special.
Did you have any Skydancer material to play? Because I think that show was prior to the release. So was there any material that you were, I guess, sampling at that show?
I mean, I do remember one of the things we did was actually, I'm not sure if we played the song Skydancer or not, because we had released it as a single prior. No one knew that it was going to be on an album we recorded, though. But what we did was we took footage of that actual show, and we edited it ourselves with all the footage and different camera angles to our own audio bed soundtrack. That was, have you ever seen like Creed shreds or Slipknot shreds, any of those clips on YouTube where the audio is different to what's actually happening on stage? You ever seen that before?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did that. We did our own one, and just basically you're trying to make it as bad as possible and released as a In Heart's Wake plays new song, check it out, kind of the joke.
Is it still online?
Yeah, you should be able to find it. I think you'd be able to find it. It might be In Heart's Wake shreds, or and I'm sure it's online YouTube somewhere. But there's some funny moments, like it goes to the crowd and like it's just crickets playing, and then it goes back to me, and there's all kinds of weird noises that I'm making on the mic. But it was actually a guitarist, doing it at home in a bedroom studio, re-recording all the noises and doing my sound effects and everything. So it's really silly. It's really dumb.
Is there anything from those Unify shows that came after the first one that sticks in your memory?
After the first one? Well, I think we played 3 times.
I've got 3 here.
Played 3 times, and I have actually been to I think it's 2 other Unifies as well, just as a guest, which has been cool. So I've really watched it grow over the years and change and evolve. And I mean, last year's memories are pretty wild when that huge storm came. We weren't playing, but got to witness, basically everyone go into hyper mode and move, to alternative stages, and like people squeegeeing the stage, getting the water off, and just how they all pulled it together to keep the show going. And that saying, the show must go on, that was the epitome of that.
One thing I do know about you and your band, I think you've all got good nutrition. You all seem very healthy. How did you go finding something to eat and drink at Unify, as a patron in particular?
As a patron, there's actually some pretty good options, man.
Okay.
There's pretty good options, yeah. You're making me really flash back about what food stalls. But I know there's this toasty one that everyone raves about. I think it's big in Melbourne, like this toasty, it's some sort of a dad joke kind of a name for the stall. But they have like some pretty healthy toasty options, and I think there's like a noodle ramen soup kind of a vibe. It seems to go really well. You wouldn't think so in summer generally, but it always is cold at night at Unify, and it just like goes down so well, those hot meals.
One thing I hate is that I haven't had a chance to hear your new album played live. It's so unnerving to listen to with headphones. I need to hear it coming out of amps. Can you tell us anything about touring plans for 2021?
For sure. So as it is right now, we have a touring happening in March, obviously with, the whole entire world, just things evolving and changing so rapidly. We hope that it can go on in March. If not, we will 100%, reschedule to a date. We're just going to basically make sure that we can play this album live one way or another. And I mean, I feel like it's like a soda bottle that's kind of like pressurized, and you open it, it's just gonna like, yeah. I think that kind of is how it feels in our camp at the moment. So whenever that moment comes where we can actually play, it's gonna like not just be explosive, but that energy has been kept for so long, boiling, like simmering at the surface, that it's just ready to be released, and we are ready to play. Like I can't even really express that more than that feeling of just needing to, like, it's like being an animal kept in a cage. That's kind of how it feels too, you know. Fury of what this album is about, and the urgency of what this album is about is, I dare say, you know, the world, where the world is at, it'll still be relevant whenever it is that we get to play. So, I can't wait to play.
Thank you for reminiscing some of your favourite Unify memories, and all the best for 2021.
Thanks so much, man. Yeah, and I hope we get to play it at a Unify soon. If not next year, whenever it can next take place, I hope that we can be a part of one and play some songs from Caliuga.